Well, hello, everyone. We have made it once again to another episode of Pickup Lines. It is the talk show in a car, and I always enjoy our guests because you never know who you're going to get. People I've admired for a long time and finally get them in the car, and such is the case today with Judge William Cruz Shaw, who presides over the 436 Juvenile District Court.
Yep. What's going on, bud?
Now, it's great to have you, by the way. In a casual setting like this, do you prefer Your Honor, William,
Cruz?
Cruz,
yeah.
I almost feel guilty just calling you Cruz.
You know, I hear it a lot. It's okay.
Even when you were in city council, I mean, I would be.
No, it's
councilman.
Cruz.
Okay.
Councilman when I'm on the dais or
Yes.
judge when I'm on the bench, but no, I'm just Cruz.
Cruz.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I mean, I've been called worse, you know. But
Well, I mean, I have too.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll take
Cruz works.
Cruz. It is. Cruz.
Yeah.
It is. Very good. So I appreciate you being here.
Thanks, man.
We'll get to your work, and I think people who have watched the news lately, myself included, have seen you on TV too many times,
Right.
which, no disrespect, is not a great thing all the time.
Yeah, it
You
is.
know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a little bit, but I typically like to start, early beginning and kind of work my way up to present day. You grew up in Houston, is that right?
Born and raised. Yeah, born and raised.
What do you remember about your childhood? What was the dynamic like at home?
So I was raised by a single mother. She's Hispanic, and I mean, she went to work. I mean, she battled to make sure I stay off the streets. I had a really strong mother. My mom was like 5'1". I mean, to this day, when she says my name, I get a little nervous. So
Small but mighty.
Yeah, plus some.
Yeah.
So yeah, she raised me, and then I have a sister that's 11 years younger than me.
Okay.
And so when I left for college, she was still growing up. But I went to UTSA here after I left Texas Southern.
Right.
In Houston.
Right.
And just typical Houston diversity. Love the city. Astros, Texans, Rockets, all that good stuff.
All that stuff.
All that good stuff.
But Hispanic mother, though.
Yes.
I mean, I'm partial because, I'm biased. I had a Hispanic mother, obviously, as well. And,
Right.
I mean, it's...
I was raised with... My Hispanic family raised me. I knew my dad, but I didn't know my dad. And so I wasn't really close to that side of the family until maybe...
It's okay. It's okay.
Maybe like 10 years ago. I went to a first family reunion on my dad's side last year once I had our daughter. So
Okay.
I wanted her to see a different side of her family. But yeah, I mean...
So your parents are still around?
Yeah. So my dad lives in Houston now, and so is my mom. They're not together.
Right.
But they're both still there, both still giving me hell and calling me and texting all times of nonsense. But it's fun. I enjoy both of them a lot.
When you were growing up, I mean, you became an attorney, obviously, an elected official, now a judge. Were those the kinds of things, public service, government work, federal, was that? No.
Not even
You wanted to
close.
play for the Astros or the Oilers or the...
Yes.
I'm aging. We're aging ourselves.
Yeah.
The Oilers,
The
right?
Oilers, yes. I still miss the Oilers. No, I mean, I played baseball, and that's probably the only reason I went to college is to play baseball.
Did you play at Texas Southern?
Yeah, I wasn't academic. I didn't make great grades. I just had a really good work ethic. But, I don't know, Art Hall?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So me and Art, when I moved here, funny story. I'm in college, and I'm at the club. It's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm doing my thing at the club.
Here in town?
Here in town.
Okay.
And so somebody at the club saw me and calls Art's wife, Stephanie,
Okay.
and says, Art's here dancing with a woman. And so she looked next to her, and she's like, no, he's right next to me. And so she's like, no, I see him right now on the dance floor. So long story short, Art calls me. He's like, hey, you got to chill out, dude. You got to chill out. I said, okay, man, whatever. And so that's when we became friends.
Right.
And then, he was my mentor all throughout undergrad, once I graduated. And he said, why don't you go to law school? I mean, I couldn't spell law school, much less go to law school. I said, okay. And so I applied to, I think, 5 different law schools, and I didn't get into not one of them. Not one of them. And then I get a call on Thursday that says, hey, you still want to come to law school? I was like, I guess. So I went and quit my job at that time it was World Savings, the bank.
Okay, sure.
Okay, I went to World Savings, I quit my job, moved back to Houston on Saturday to start law school on Monday.
At Texas Southern?
At Texas Southern, yeah. And they told me, hey, you probably won't make it your first year. It's okay. I made my first year. Bar exam, you probably won't pass your first time. Passed the bar exam, came back to San Antonio, started practicing law. The rest is history.
Why were there so many doubts?
Because we had a very low bar passage rate.
Okay.
As well as, like I said, I wasn't an ideal student. I wasn't an ideal law student. But one thing, like I said before, is, I mean, I'll work my ass off. You know, I'll work. And so I was like, there's no way I'm flunking out of law school or going back to San Antonio embarrassed. There's no way. So the rest is history.
Were you a troublemaker when you were a kid?
Mm-hmm. Around the streets. Yeah. It was different times then. We used to fight. You didn't have to worry about guns. Maybe knives every once in a while, but yeah, we used to fight.
So you could have not have possibly have known that at the time, but that life essentially helped train you for the current job you have right now.
Yes. 100%. 100%. I'm all tatted up. You know, these kids see me and the way I speak, the way I dress. Like, I get it. And my job is to keep you alive or out of the adult system.
I've read that you, and I can't remember currently, do you wear a robe?
No.
And that's a choice.
Yeah. Well, before I get in trouble, I wear my robe for jury trials. Okay, we have jury trials.
Right, there's protocol. And
yeah,
there's
I
rules
wear
and
that.
Stuff. Okay, but
day-to-day operations, I don't. It's almost like the way I look at it, it's like a police officer wearing a uniform. As soon as you see them, kind of standoffish. You know,
okay.
So I'm working with kids and families who don't trust the police or the system or whatever. And I want them to see I look just like them. I speak like them from very similar communities, neighborhoods. Right. And I'm just trying to get you to get back on the right track. And if not, I'll do what I have to do to protect our community. And they know it. So yeah, it's interesting.
I'm fascinated because when I see it on the news, we only get the vantage point of the photographer. The camera's usually pointed at you because we can't show the minors on camera and everything. And you're just a few feet away from the juvenile, their guardian or their parent.
Right.
And I can only imagine the tension or the emotion in that space between you and the family.
It's not bad. At the end of the day, I want what's best for them. And they know that. I'm not threatening. I'm not causing an environment that you don't feel easy or comfortable. Yeah, I want you to be scared.
Yeah.
And I want you to be nervous.
Yeah.
But nah. I mean, just go to work, and the way I talk is the way I talk. Eye contact, and I say what I have to say.
Very deliberate.
Yes.
And these are things you're deliberate about when it comes to eye contact and maintaining decorum and those kinds of things in the courtroom. Yeah.
I mean, and it was funny because when I got into this, I was wearing a suit my first day, and Judge Lisa Jarrett, who's the one who appointed me as the associate.
Yes.
She goes, "Don't wear a suit ever again." It's okay. It's okay. She goes, "Don't come here wearing a suit. Okay, we're working with kids and families. Fair."
So this might be how you would dress in court. Slacks, khakis, and a Guayabera. That's a good looking shirt, by the way.
I appreciate it, man.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Maybe we'll talk style and fashion with the judge here in just a little bit. We're just getting started on Pickup Lines. Don't go away. More here with Judge William Cruz Shaw coming up in just a moment. All right, back here on Pickup Lines with Judge William Cruz Shaw, the 436th Juvenile District Court. Had you not been on the bench, I still would have had this conversation because some people may or may not remember you served time on the city council.
Served time, like jail time?
Maybe not that. Okay, you were not sentenced to the city council. You ran for and were elected city council. Was that in 2016-ish?
Yeah, 16.
Around that time. District 2.
Right.
So you were obviously in a point in your life where you felt moved to run for office and you had that bug.
Yes and no. I ran because I think that the constituents in District 2 deserved a individual who understands their role in city government as a professional. And I was on the zoning commission at that time. I was chairman of zoning. And so I understood how the city worked. And I didn't think that the constituents were getting exactly what they deserved or what they elected. So I ran. Not expecting to win. And then I got that phone call. I was like, man. So I called my staff, my law office. We all meet at Tony G's restaurant. And I goes, we got to figure something out.
It's great soul food, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're like, you did not expect to, but did you, I hate to say this, did you not want to win?
No, I always want to win. But I'm okay losing. Because, if you don't lose at anything, you're not trying to raise the bar of what you're trying to do.
Right.
We're going to fail certain times in life, and it happens. You just, do what you got to do, get back up, and go back at it.
Okay.
And so, mind you, I've never run a campaign before.
Yeah.
I never
Student council?
Nothing.
High school?
It was 4 of us in my office, like, okay, how are we going to do this? And then I worked with some of the seniors in D2, and we sat around a table like, okay, how are we going to do this? And I figured it out.
The east side of town, obviously, District 2.
Mm-hmm.
So back then, it was 2-year terms, right?
Right.
It just recently was moved to 4.
Right.
So you're doing... Now, did you serve a full term?
No.
So towards the end of your first term, you get a call.
Yeah. So, a funny story, and we just talked about this with Judge Jarrett.
Yes.
So, I'm still practicing law because whatever that salary was for the council.
That's a great point,
Yeah.
because I know they've gotten raises since then. But
Right.
that's an excellent point, because a lot of the city council members now are either attorneys or they have other... you have to, because you can't possibly
No, there's no way.
live comfortably
No way.
on that level. But so, right, so city council / attorney.
Okay, so I'm still practicing, and I used to walk into juvenile court, and it was all women, and there's no one who looked like me. So I'd walk in, and I would talk to Judge Jarrett and say, hey, Judge, there ain't no black people in there.
I was going to say, by that you mean African-American. Not
Yeah.
necessarily male, but just African-American.
Even males. I mean, we weren't, the judges at the time, Judge Parker, Judge Jarrett, Judge Kelsey.
Females.
Yeah, and we all handle things a little bit differently.
Yep.
But and I was just playing with her, we have a great relationship. And so she would laugh and go resolve my case. And then one day she calls me and she's like, are you serious about being an associate judge? And I said, yeah. And she goes, well, I need an associate judge. And I said, well, give me 2 weeks to figure this thing out. She goes, no, you have 3 days.
Oh, jeez.
You have 3 days. I said, all right. In my mind, I already made my mind. Like, I'm gone.
You knew.
Yeah, I'm gone. So I called, at that time, it was Cheryl Scully, the city manager.
Yeah.
I called Cheryl, and then I called Ron.
Mayor Ron Nuremberg.
Yeah, and then, Mayor Ron.
No. I mean, I'm just...
And so I called Ron, and like, this is what the game plan is. And like, you got to be kidding me. And Cheryl was supportive. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I got a real opportunity to really do some good in our neighborhoods, in our communities. So swung for the fence and ended up doing it.
You got it.
Yeah.
And you felt ready, and it was like a natural transition for you?
No. No. They gave me a script. Mind you, I was practicing about a good 10 years before I did that.
Right.
So I had an idea of how to proceed. But in terms of, the back door, like how's it work behind the closed doors in judicial politics, and I didn't understand anything. Sentencing, I just, I don't know. But at least Judge Jarrett was a great mentor, and I kind of figured things out, and then here I am.
Because you were appointed then, but you do run for re-election. I mean, this is...
So Judge Jarrett wasn't going to run again.
Okay.
So she's like, I want you to run. And I was like, I'm not running another campaign ever again. And then so she twisted my leg, and there I am. And here I am now.
So that first day you were behind the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Were you just petrified?
Yeah. Yeah, I was nervous.
You remember that day?
Yeah, I remember it. I'm in the little courtroom, and I'm having my first detention hearing, and I'm like, what am I doing? And, you got attorneys who've been practicing 30 years, prosecutors who understand the law a lot better than I did. And I'm like, what am I doing?
And they know you're a rookie judge.
Right. It's like, what do I do? And so but one thing I always try to do is listen. Try to listen, because more you listen, more you learn. So kind of take a step back and let people make the arguments and how things work. And yeah, it was an experience.
So your current term runs through 2026, is that right?
Yes.
Through the end of next year.
Right.
So you got a little bit more time before you have to consider, I'm assuming,
run
again.
Yeah, I run again.
Are there term limits for judges?
No.
So you could run for the rest of your life?
I think there's age limits or something for district court judges,
okay.
but I don't know for sure. I don't think I'm anywhere close to that. So
okay. Did I skip the part? Were you in the military too?
Yeah.
You did a stint as a naval reservist, right?
Yes, I did 8 years Navy reservist, Comlog.
Thank you for that. By the way.
I appreciate you, man. Comlog Westpac. I joined the Navy because I used to scuba dive a lot.
Okay.
And so the Navy had bases near water. So
That's true.
I went diving in Thailand and Vietnam and Singapore, Indonesia. It opened up a lot of not doors, but opened up a lot of insight about the world.
So this is before college, or when was
after
this?
college, before law school.
So after Texas, after UTSA,
right.
Before Texas Southern.
Right. As a matter of fact, my last 2 years, I was actually in law school. So I had to bounce back and forth.
But maintaining the military career wasn't gonna be a career like long term thing for you.
No. I mean, I considered it, especially once I got my bar results. I talked to a recruiter about going into JAG with the Navy, and
Judge Advocate General, right?
something like that. I don't know.
Well, there was a TV show.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Okay,
And so I talked to them, and I was getting ready to sign the paperwork, and they want to put me on a submarine. I said, "No, I'm not going to submarine. Not gonna happen. Not happening." So I was like, "Okay, bye," and I never turned back.
And that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I mean, it worked out.
It did.
It worked out good for you.
Yeah, I mean, I got a GI Bill for my house and stuff, so not GI Bill, the VA
VA loans.
Yeah, so that works out.
Yeah, I bet it does. From what I understand.
Yeah,
yes.
It worked out great.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you. All right, we continue on here. So you're on the bench here. You're a rookie judge, scared to death.
Right.
How do you? There's not a manual for like how to rule in cases, right? There's not like, I mean, you have the decorum and the parliamentary procedure and all of those things, but I'm fascinated by the thought process. You're making these split-second decisions, or you have to. I don't know how much sleep you lose at night.
Lots.
Dwelling on some of these decisions, but how do you describe the process of making these decisions when you know what you decide will impact one or more families for a long time?
What makes the juvenile system different than the adult system is very rehabilitative. So that's always in the back of my mind. How do I get this kid back on the right track? How do we give them different options? And unlike the adult side, there's more players involved. So it's not just a DA and defense attorney. You got parents, you have counselors, you have juvenile probation officers.
Right.
You have everyone giving their insight. So it's like a plan put together by all these parties, and I just either okay it or I don't okay it.
Yeah.
Depending on what the recommendations are. But doing it long enough, you kind of get it. And then once you start seeing the same kids over and over, all right, this isn't working. This isn't working. This isn't working. So now, and depending on the severity of the charge, you walk in here and you shoot somebody in the face, that's severe. That's a problem. That's a problem.
Gun violence and those kinds of things too, and other cases in the recent news involving small children and everything. It just breaks my heart and everything.
It's tough.
More with the judge here coming up on Pickup Lines. We'll take a quick break and be right back. All right, a few more minutes here with Judge William Cruz Shaw of the 436 Juvenile District Court, talking about just some of the decision making. I know I don't expect you to get into details of recent cases that were in the news and everything, but I just wonder, can you compartmentalize, because you are a father yourself, can you compartmentalize that when you see a parent that is maybe not doing the right kinds of things, that you can separate being a father and what you would tell that person as a father, as opposed to your role as the judge?
Yeah, I mean, you have to. You have to pull out your personal biases or things that you've experienced. I mean, yes, it'll help you, kind of guide you where you think you should go. But at the end of the day, it's completely separate. It's completely separate. I just use the facts that are presented to me and take that and make a decision based off those facts.
Do you lose sleep? I mean, you do lose sleep over some of these things, right?
I don't sleep anyway, so, I mean, I haven't slept.
You have a young child. But how has fatherhood, because your daughter you said is 5. How has fatherhood changed, or has changed, how you rule on the bench or how you conduct yourself?
Nothing.
Really?
Yeah, nothing. I'm able to kind of separate the two. Now, sometimes when you see, like I have a daughter, I see a young girl that's making bad mistakes. I'm like, golly, but put that to the side and just focus on what's in front of me. And that's what gets me through,
And you don't take work home with you?
Nah.
I just can't imagine how difficult that might be. Or, I mean, easy for me to say, but...
You do it long enough. I mean, sometimes it kind of, you feel like a certain way, or you might think, I hope I made the right decision.
Yeah, because that's the other thing about second-guessing yourself.
Yeah. But, again, you make a decision, move on. Make a decision. And just let the chips fall where they may. I
got to believe there are times where you have... shown mercy or spared someone, a young person, and maybe you reconnect with them later in life. You see they're doing great things, right. And I mean, I got to imagine that's happened.
Yes, and it's funny that you bring that up because I had an individual that it was difficult. It was difficult, and I mean, it was hard working with that kid. But that kid called and says, "I'm graduating high school and going to college." I'm like, "That's dope. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about." The kid saw me start crying. I was like, that's all I want you to do. Go get an education. So that was really cool. That was cool.
You do get emotional sometimes?
Nah.
Okay. No. I mean, I'm just wondering because I know when I'm watching, and I would just see video clips or little
Right.
things like that. I mean, and I just imagine what it must be like and everything. But you can see yourself. I mean, by the way, he's younger than I am. Just saying.
Hey, leave my gray alone. I like my beard.
No, I heard gray's great. I mean, look at
I got this
I can't grow anything down here below my
city council
nose.
and 5-year-old and then the judge. Yeah, that's
Hey, wait.
all this.
Wait till she's a teenager.
I know it.
I got 3 of them at home right now.
Oh, Lord.
How long do you want to do this?
I don't know. Until I'm not effective anymore. It doesn't make me who I am. I really feel that I'm effective with these kids and these families. I think I've earned the respect of a lot of these individuals. And until a day comes where I'm not effective, then it's time to move on.
Is there anything on your career or your bucket list that you still want to check off?
No. Just enjoy life. Enjoy each day to the fullest. I mean, there's nothing. Am I going to run for Congress?
Well, that's what I was going to ask you.
Mm-mm.
Elected office again?
I can never say never.
Right.
But it's just not my thing. It's not my thing.
Looking back, you feel like you've had a much greater impact on the bench than had you served 8 years on city council?
100%. Every day I'm on the bench, I'm in the weeds, I'm in the mud. I'm working dead on with families. I'm not trying to create these policies and all that stuff. No, I'm in there working with these kids and families.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm doing a much greater service to this community on the bench than I would have on council.
Is there such thing as a typical day for you? I mean, is this a Monday through Friday job, 8 to 5 type thing?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Get to work. I have a docket. Shout out to the 436. I told them I'll give them a shout out.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Martha, AP, and Franny and Candy, and both my clerks. We go in there every day. We have a team approach. We work. I get my docket, my detention hearing list, and we just started going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do for fun? How do you decompress?
Work out, box, and spend time at the house.
So you have she's going into kindergarten?
Yeah. I think Monday's the first day, I think.
Well, I'm going to say,
Monday or Tuesday, I don't know.
How much have you thought about that day?
Nothing.
No.
Go to school.
That's it.
Yeah, go to school. I'll see you at 3.
I'm going to text you Monday afternoon and see how it is.
Be boo-hooing. No, I'm not a very emotional person. I don't know why.
That's not a dig. I'm just saying, that's a day.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I've never had it before.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, so we'll see.
That's fair.
I mean, she went to pre-K 4.
Okay.
So I dropped her off at school, little Astros backpack and all that stuff.
Love it.
So it was good.
Love it.
It was good.
What's the biggest challenge or obstacle you think you've had to overcome in your life, either professionally or personally or otherwise? Being
authentic, especially after law school. You know, we see on TV and you talk to certain people, you have this title, attorney or lawyer. They expect a certain persona, certain vocabulary, and you kind of lose yourself. And I think that's one thing counsel taught me is that always be yourself, be authentic to who you are. If not, you'll go crazy. And so that really was my biggest challenge, and just kind of being who I am. Like my tattoos, I've stopped here so no one knew I had them, so I could wear long sleeves on. Now I'm just showing them like it's no big deal.
Right. Are they tied? I'm just looking at them. Is that like a lighthouse?
Yeah, it's my mom.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my mom and that's my daughter. So, yeah. But I think being authentic to who you are, that was a big challenge for me. Especially like being mixed, because my dad's black, my mom's Mexican.
Right.
And so having to kind of walk that fine line of being black or being Mexican, all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
I remember when I think it was in middle school, there was a fight between the blacks and Mexicans. They sent me home. They're like, because I'm fighting both of them, and so back to the wall, and I'm fighting both of them. So my mom worked for the school district. They called my mom, come get him. Yeah, here's his homework. Oh, I said, okay. But at the same time, I'm trying to balance both worlds. And now just be yourself.
That's crazy. How often do you think about the teenage Cruz Shaw, the youngster, maybe causing a little trouble out there, and how you've turned out now?
It's insane. It really is. And I didn't realize, I'm not a big therapy trauma person.
Okay.
I've never, I get into discussions about that all the time. And I'm starting to see it more often. But now I realize the trauma that I had growing up and how it affected me today. And, overcoming that trauma or working through that trauma.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it was nuts. It was nuts.
But I would think, having spoken to people before who did not have a father in their life necessarily, it certainly impacts the way they parent.
Yes. My daughter will always have me. 100%.
Period.
There's no ifs, ands, buts about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm there.
Well, I'm not about to argue with a judge, that's for sure. Listen, I'm thrilled for you. Like I said,
Thanks,
I followed you for a while, going back to your city council days and everything, and it's just so fascinating for me to kind of get just a small peek into what makes you tick and where you've come from, and I appreciate it.
Likewise, man. I appreciate you.
There you have it.
All right, homie.
Cruz.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Judge Shaw to you, but Judge William Cruz Shaw, the 436 Juvenile District Court, an honor to have, quite literally, pun intended, an honor to have him here in the car with me here. Thank you very much. I'll be here all week.
There you go.
There's another episode of Pickup Lines. We'll do it again very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I'm Ernie Zuniga. Have a great day.